Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and I'm finally ready to set up the crystal grid again. So, just a little recap. In August of last year, when I found out that our dog Clover had skin cancer, I did an emergency update. I'll put the link to that video in the description. So I did an emergency update to the crystal grid that I had set up for our family. And then our dog passed away in November. And in January, I was ready to take it apart. But I wasn't ready to set it back up until now. I'm recording this video the last week of February. But I'm not sure when I'm going to actually be posting it. I have a bunch of video ideas for March, and they will probably spill into April. So this might be one of those. So if it's April and you see my St. Patrick's Day nails, that's why. I don't have them. They're not going to last that long, I promise. I'm pretty hard on my nails. So there's going to be some similarities, some differences, let's just get into it. So I made a zine like I did for the other one, and I did some sigils like I did for the other one. Now in the other zine, it was a pretty purple paper. It was specifically for Clover because her color was purple. I didn't have any of the pretty paper I felt like would fit. So I'm just using a regular size or regular piece of printer paper, and I kind of like the size of it. It's a little bit smaller, and I don't know. I think it's gonna work good. So there's also plenty of room for me to add stuff. I think one thing I'm gonna add is the date that I actually set this up in its permanent location. I don't know if that'll be today. I'll explain the location here in a little bit, but it's a perfect size. I did write pretty small, so when I go to explain everything and why it's in there, I'm going to use a bigger piece of paper that I have written stuff down on, because I'm going to put my glasses on for this, and it's, you understand. So what I'll do is like in the other one, I'll put this underneath and then put the crystal grid on top, and it's not too thick where it like moves. It'll be perfect. So I'll put that underneath, and that'll really help my crystal grid focus on the intentions that I have set with the sigils, the crystals. I've got some charms, stuff like that. So I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet. I liked it with the couch we've got. Remember, I live in a camper, so our space is very, very limited. And our couch has storage in it. And I had it in there when I did the emergency update, because that's where Clover spent most of her time, was on the couch. And I liked it in there. But before that, I had it in, there's a cabinet above our bed. And I think it worked better for my husband and I in there. And the problem is it needs to be in a space where it won't get bumped, and that's hard to find in a camper. But I think I'm going to put it back in there. I really liked it in there. To me, it seemed like it worked better for us in there. And it does okay out here in the living room area. But I don't know. To me, I think I just want it back in the bedroom. It felt like it worked better back then. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on it and why, and show you kind of how it'll look when it is put up wherever I decide to put it. And alright, let's go. For this crystal grid, I'm really focusing on health, some good luck, some manifestation, and some protection and grounding and stability. When I was thinking about what we needed, I felt those were all a pretty good, kind of a general description of what we needed. And I think it's pretty a general description of what all of us need here lately. Not just my husband and I, but everybody. So let's go. Let me switch my notes here. We'll start with the generator. Like in my previous crystal grid videos, you know that I really like having a clear quartz generator in the middle, and I chose my bigger one this time. Just, it doesn't really matter the size of it. You can, my shorter one would have been fine, but in my head, the bigger the generator, the more it's going to send out there, the more powerful it's going to be. And that's just kind of how it's working in my head. But you don't, if I just had a piece of clear quartz, a tumbled stone, that'd be perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be a point of any, go with what you have. You don't have to buy new stuff. Alright, now let's go with the other crystals. So I'm going to add this jade heart pendant. You'll see a lot of hearts. So this is the heart grid that my husband made me a few years ago. I've got a heart-shaped jade piece, and then I've got another heart-shaped piece in a little bit. So this piece of jade is really going to focus on protection, prosperity and abundance, lucky charm, courage, uplifting, heart healing, transmute negative energy and release negative emotions and irritation, and remove toxins. So out of everything I explained before, this little jade is gonna work on all that. All the attentions, pretty much. I'll put it up here for now. Next, we'll go with bloodstone. Bloodstone, I really come to use a lot for health type stuff here lately. So bloodstone helps dispel negative energy and bring positive energy to a situation. It helps with healing. It helps with courage. It helps get rid of sluggish feeling. It protects against injury and disease. It detoxes all blood-related organs. It helps circulation. It provides solace in difficult times. It increases endurance and physical strength. And we need all that right now. Goldstone. Gotta have some goldstone on there. It's my favorite manifestation crystal now. It also helps with protection, deflect unwanted energies, help achieve goals, help when you feel lost, literally or emotionally. It helps with motivation during trying times. It boosts confidence, and it just gives a warm and positive energy. I love goldstone. Let's see. Let's put it right. Nope. Let's put it in here. probably going to rearrange this several times before I actually figure out where I want everything. I'm going to bring... So, when I did the last one, I really chose selenite. Now, don't take this as medical advice. I'm not a trained professional. Always follow your doctor recommendations on anything, medications, treatments, whatever. Just use the crystals to supplement and help those medications, procedures, all that work better. Don't stop following doctor's advice and only focus on using crystals. With that said, selenite is supposed to be really good to help treat cancer. And that's why I put it on there for clovers when we did the emergency one. And I really, really, really liked having it on there. It just... I had this piece on the board, and then I had this piece like up here. Let me bring it down. And I think I'm going to do that again. And it may... So I think at one point it was down here. But anyway, I'm going to have one piece next to it, and then I'm going to add this piece on to the actual board. So selenite is creates a protective field. It removes stagnant and negative energy. It helps with physical healing. It's calming. It helps with decision making and positive thoughts. And it also is really good at charging. Like, you don't need to charge selenite at all. It cleanses itself. It charges itself. It charges other things. So this piece will kind of be focused on charging. And one of those reasons I really like having the selenite is, with it being in the camper, we keep it kind of stored away so you can't see it, and which I think a crystal grid actually works better when you can see it and kind of remind you of everything going on. But you know, go with what you got or what you can do. So having this piece here, I think really helps with the charging it. And then this piece will kind of be focused on all those properties that I was mentioned. So I'll go right there. Alright, what's the next piece I've got? Amethyst. We've always got amethyst in whatever I'm doing, whether it's a crystal grid, a manifestation box, manifestation bowl, whatever. A banded or chevron amethyst, that's my crystal. It's always going to be there. So amethyst is good for calming, courage, protection, tame emotions, help decision making skills, ease frustration, replace negative energy with positive. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antiseptic, it speeds up healing, it reduces anxiety, and helps with concentration. So we're going to add that on there too. I'm trying to look at the size of the crystals I've got left. I'm sure I'll have to rearrange. Next, got green aventurine. So green aventurine it's lucky. If you watched my Lucky Crystals video, you already know that. It's called the Gambler's Stone. It helps with optimism, confidence. It tracks a great position and everything I need and a great job. It helps with opportunity. It calms anger and irritation. Let's see. What do I have left? I don't know. I don't like the way that looks. Maybe switch these two. You know what? Oh no, then we got two greens. can already tell I don't like, there's too many like good luck manifestation type stuff right here. Nope, we're not gonna remember it till, okay, keep going. Petrified wood. It helps with patience, physical and emotional healing, grounding, calming, stability, protection, ancestral work, which we could really use their support. Recovery from illness. It helps with chronic fatigue syndrome. All of that we could use some help with. So I think I'm going to put it kind of down here at the base. I really like having two hearts across from each other, but I don't like, I don't know, hold on. And then carnelian. It's good for protection, enhanced courage. It brings opportunities and luck. It eases tension and stress. It helps with women and men's reproductive organ health. It boosts energy. It helps with self-esteem. It's grounding. Helps with motivation. Helps circulation. And keep out unnecessary thoughts. And which helps make you better at decision making. So, I don't know. Do we like that? What if we switch the bloodstone and the aventurine? Do I like that better? I think I like that better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I've got all my crystals on there that I want for now. I may add more later. Totally fine. I may take some off. I may rearrange. It may look completely different when I put it in, but I think I like it like this. And you know, having this camera angle right above it is actually kind of helping, because looking straight on, it still looks a little weird, but head on, I really like it like that. So I also have some charms. And you know, when I did Clover's, the emergency one, I added a bunch of charms. One of the big ones was this heart with the little nurse's hat on it. And I actually had 2 of these in a pack I bought. One I put on the crystal grid, and then one I put on her collar. The one on her collar is still on her collar, and that's where it'll stay. This I'm using to represent good medical care. And we do, with all of our doctors that we have so far, most of them, I'm going to look for a new dentist. If you know my dental issues, I've mentioned them before, well, we'll see. Anyway, so this is going to just represent that we keep getting good medical care, have a good medical team. The fairy with the moon, I added this one on there last time. And this is, you know, still have a good relationship with the fae, especially my gnomes. And working with them has really helped. And I really like that relationship. And I like to keep it going. So I thought it'd be good to add them to the crystal grid. Let's see. I'm going to add this peace sign and a heart, and then this little heart says love. I think it says on both sides. Yeah, it says both sides. I feel like we need some love, peace, and calm. And I think these will help. So let's put one here. And one here. I like that. Alright. And then I got a money bag and this dollar sign. Mostly because I bought a bag of Lucky Charms. And there's a bunch of them. And who doesn't need more luck with financial luck, money coming in? So I thought those would be good to add there too. So let's add these up here. Alright, and then I will take, when I place it, I'll go through and connect them all. Like I do. And just make sure they're all connected and set to go. Now, you can add, like I've said before, you can add whatever you want to your crystal grid. You can add herbs, figures, oils, whatever you want. You can have more, like, you could have matching, like, you want 3 green aventurine. You can use whatever shape. This heart means something special to me and my family. So that's why I'm using it. And it's small. It's a perfect size for our living conditions right now. I would love to add some herbs. I use rosemary a lot for protection, basil, star anise, cinnamon. I'd love to add some of those on here. But, alright, somehow I lost the end of what I was saying. And I didn't realize it till I was editing. So, what I was saying was that I would love to add some herbs to my crystal grid. But because it's in a cabinet, I did put it in the cabinet above our bed. And since it's up there, I don't see it very often. Like I was saying before, we live in a camper. Bugs can get in. I don't want to attract anything, bug, rodent, otherwise. And with it being up there and not seen very often, I don't trust it to have any type of food, whether it's herbs, whatever. I don't want to attract anything up there and then not see it, and then we end up with a big problem. So there's no herbs on it. And I even thought about, I know some people put herbs in an organza bag and they can set it with it. I don't feel comfortable even doing that. That's a great idea if you can see, check on it once in a while. But it being up in that cabinet, I don't trust it. So I brought out my Llewellyn Complete Book of Correspondences. I love this book. It's very glossy though, as you can see. So same with crystals, same with charms, whatever else. You pick out your herbs just like any of that. So if I wanted to, I would pull. I'm using luck as an example for this. So I would pull out my correspondence book, and I would want to attract luck. So I would go down, and basil's number one. I love using basil for luck, prosperity, anything like that. So I would definitely add basil, catnip, hyacinth, poppy, strawberry. Also allspice. I use allspice a lot, and cinnamon, frankincense, nutmeg, vanilla. So since I can't add that to my crystal grid, I do simmer pots. So when I want to amp that up, I'll add some good luck herbs to my simmer pot then. So if you've got any questions about crystal grids, let me know in the comments and I'll answer them in another one. It's been up there probably for 3-ish, maybe. No, it's probably been about 3 weeks now. And we'll see how it does. It's not been up there long enough to really notice a difference, so we'll see. That's all I got for this episode. I'll sending you lots of positive energy, and I will see you next time.